Hola, clase. ¿Cómo están? Excelente. All right, let's go ahead and get into our warm up. Remember that tomorrow, depending on who you are, either tomorrow or the next day, we have a test in Spanish 3 over ir, ser, and ver, preterite and imperfect, as well as those different concepts we were looking at. Cargar ser, stem changing verbs, and yo yaron. Okay, again, every bit of this is review from last year, so it's on you to study. Don't forget that, like for example, with cargar ser, you have to memorize all those verbs. Most of them you know. I would say you do know them. There are some that are very specific, like the verb castigar to punish, fregar to scrub, things like that. Anything could be on there. Okay. Okay. So Let's go ahead and go to this. Ok, clase, por favor, saquen papel y practiquen. Pause the video now. Okay, they read the novel. Ellos, if you want to say it, leyeron la novela. I want to throw in a few extra words so that you could learn something new here. He heard the truck. Él oyó el camión. Oops, wrong button. She slept on the sofa. Ella durmió en el sofá. My friends ordered the duck. Mis amigos pidieron el pato. I punished the student. Yo castigué al estudiante. And again, this becomes al because it's really a el estudiante. I'm punishing a person, so we add uh, the personal a. So a el always becomes al. And finally, number 6, I looked for the store. Yo busqué la tienda. Busqué la tienda. We don't need anything else because buscar does mean to look for. It's all included. Okay, so I reminded you of what's on the test tomorrow. So now I'm going to go over what was on the worksheet that I gave you. Okay, so this one it says contesta la pregunta con un verbo. ¿Tocaste la guitarra anoche? Sí, I'm just going to assume all these are sí. Toqué la guitarra. ¿Jugaste el Xbox? Sí. Jugué el Xbox. ¿Cuándo empezaste a estudiar anoche? You would say something like this. Empecé a estudiar a las 5. ¿Qué sacaste de tu mochila? Saqué papel. ¿Cuánto dinero pagaste por tus zapatos? Yo pagué $80. My friends hugged each other. Mis amigos se abrazaron. Señor Coward explained the lesson. Explicó la lección. I practiced Spanish a lot yesterday. Practiqué español mucho ayer. The dog threw the toy. This is about my dog. El perro lanzó el juguete. My dog Daisy likes to pick up a toy in her mouth and throw it across the room so she can chase it. Okay, using averiguar, I discovered that my friend is short. Oh man, shoot, I can't remember the symbol. Um, oh well. Pretend that this has two dots over it. Averigüe que mi amigo del internet es bajo. Averigüe que mi amigo del internet es bajo. So again, pretend this U has some two dots over it. Okay. Stem changing verbs. ¿Dónde durmieron tus amigos anoche? Ellos durmieron en su casa. ¿Qué preferiste hacer anoche? Preferí um, leer un libro. ¿Qué pidió tu mamá en Zaxby's? Ella pidió pollo. Pollo y papas fritas. Miguel slept at my house. Miguel durmió en mi casa. They preferred to study last night. Ellos prefirieron estudiar anoche. We ordered the chicken. Pedimos el pollo. And again, notice the first two, they stem change. And number three, it does not. Because only those bottom two conjugations. ¿Qué destruiste en tu casa? Destruí la nevera. I destroyed the refrigerator. ¿Qué leyó tu amigo el año pasado? Mi amigo leyó The Great Gatsby. ¿Qué oyeron los estudiantes en la escuela? Oyeron el timbre. That is what we call the bell, but not an actual bell, like the tone that we hear, the boop. That's a timbre. An actual bell is called a campana. All right, Senor Coward heard the dog last night. Senor Coward oyó el perro anoche. Godzilla destroyed Tokyo again. Godzilla destruyó Tokyo otra vez. They concluded that school is important. Concluyeron que la escuela es importante. Did you believe the news? ¿Creíste las noticias? And you see the accent mark. ¿Creíste las noticias? Because it still needs a little kick, because otherwise it would just be too much of one syllable, like creíste, creíste. We need to say creíste. ¿Creíste las noticias? No. Qué interesante. Okay, now for my Learn From Home people, the only other thing that I want y'all to do today is this skit assignment. Now, it's really just 9 sentences, which is not much to ask for Spanish 3. I think we should all agree. If you don't, you should think about it and then agree. Okay, so here it is. Write a skit in which a group of college roommates are not getting along. It should contain the following: 3 sentences with cargar usar, 3 sentences with stem changing verbs in the preterite tense, and 3 sentences with yo yaron. Be sure to create sentences where you will use the orthographic changes where they happen. For example, stem changers say things in these forms where it actually changes spelling. Cargar usar, say things in the yo conjugation. All right, add some emotion, some drama, and make them good. Make them good Spanish 3-level sentences. For example, someone could get mad at their roommate and say, I didn't play the guitar at 3 a.m. So we're thinking of this typical group of college students. They have to live together, and it's not going well. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Again, you have your notes. So for the test, remember, you need to know things like castigar, fregar, lanzar. Okay? Again, this is all review. It's all in here. So I would, if I were you, go back through this PowerPoint that's in Google Classroom about orthographic changes and practice. Remember how stem changers behave in the past. Remember how the yo yeron behaves. Remember what these verbs are. Okay, you can do it. I'm 100% sure you can. Just be ready. Okay. All right, and that's it for today. I will see you tomorrow. Write your skit and study up. Use the rest of the time to study. Adios.